Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Ben the Human Plays Vagrus the Riven Realms. We're ready to roll to Deven. We killed the Beast of Arcane, which is kind of cool. I actually accomplished something for once in the game, instead of just wandering the wasteland aimlessly. But we picked up a mission to go to Deven. I have a long-term goal of trying to get out to Ash and then make my way to Larnak somehow. I don't know if we'll have to go to Avernum first and then try to make our way over to Larnak. I want to get to Larnak. That's my plan at some point. The other thing is, I should exchange for news. I've already done that. The other thing is, we have the standing mission from Candake to get rare jewels. Those seem to be like rewards or just like random things you find. You can't just like buy them. At least I don't think you can. Get our people healing after the ferocious battle. So we'll just have to keep an eye out for Candake's stuff. For now, we're gonna make our way north to Deven, if we can. Yes, we will pay you today. Fear not, good, gentle men and women. Uh-oh. The wind is back, shoot. The accursed wind picks up and soon becomes a real problem. Not only does it turn into a horrid, powerful windstorm. Let's take this off. Nope, never mind, let's not take that off. A horrid, powerful windstorm very soon, but it also carries with it the whispering, moaning voices that soon start to affect every member of your crew. Headaches, loss of focus, and even some kind of paralysis and extreme bewilderment. I think we've had this happen to us before. Requires exceptional willpower to blot out the voices. We failed, we lost a slave. Everybody's unhappy, we lost some movement. The wind dies down. Well, that sucked. I was in a good mood until now. Well, pay whoever is left, I guess. Shoot. We'll keep going. I don't think Deven's too much farther than Ventulium. I think it's like 2 days beyond this like weird little road anomaly. I don't even know what that thing is. It's just there. 2 days left. Actually, we're a little further out than I thought. But we'll be able to get there tomorrow, and we still have food for today. And we've made it with very little time to spare. Approach the guard. Oh, that's right. We have illegal goods. I totally forgot about that. How do I get rid of the obsidian blades? Everyone help. Trying to smuggle them in, it's quite risky. We could switch it to a high chance or bribe the guards so that the inspection is less thorough. I think we gotta go with the high chance. We succeeded. I have to pay the gate tax. That is fine with me. So, let's sell turn in our mission. Let's sell... Was that all I had? Oh, right, yeah. Let's sell all of the marble we brought with us. Boatloads. I want to sell the obsidian blades so badly. Can we go to the Shadow Bazaar? Sell your trophies. Enter the Hall of Trade. Famous jewelry shop. Do they have jewels? Perhaps. Surprisingly hushed for a commercial hub, the Shadow Bazaar comprises a vast maze of echoing halls and intestine-like tunnels that are crammed full of stalls, street peddlers, and shops of all kinds. It is said that the place has the uncanny ability to provide what you are truly looking for. Then again, it could just be an elaborate sales pitch. Alright. Hall of Trade. We don't need to borrow some money. Sorry, I lied. Sell trophies? No, we don't have any trophies. Famous jewelry shop. At the end of the bazaar's many side tunnels, barely visible behind a collection of shadowy stalls and decorated curtains, is the shop called the Perilous Parlor. As you enter, the store's proprietor, a lean Tarkian man with a long goatee and a quick smile, greets you with quick kindness that borders on sleaziness. Apparently he will do your bidding, though you figure it will cost you dearly. The shop itself is a wondrous sight to behold. The cave interior is packed with stone shelves upon which a large selection of jewelry is displayed, safe behind thick sheets of glass. A pair of stone golems stand among the shelves as further deterrence. Inert for now, but you have no doubt they would crush thieves in the blink of an eye. We could chat with the proprietor, sell something, browse the parlor's wares. What could we sell? Trinket? Stones? Many stones. Simple but well-made jewelry. We could sell all sorts of things to this guy that we don't have. Well, we might as well sell the simple jewelry. Do we have more of those, or was it just the one? Nope, just the one. Oops. Scroll all the way to the bottom again. Do something else. Now, do you have the thing I'm looking for? Which is... rare jewels. I don't think he does. He's got rare precious stone. Oh, no! Okay. One. Buy something else. Aha! We did it. Good job, team. We don't want to lose those. Let's talk to this guy. The proprietor introduces himself as Farouk of Barkar, jeweler and honest merchant. He seems very eager to do business with you and has, well, we already did, but sure, has an altogether kind of, if somewhat sleazy attitude. You chat about jewels and precious metal prices, Tarkian affairs, and matters of religion, and then about your travels. Farouk looks quite impressed with your experience and offers a great price for any rarities you might bring him in the future. Good to know if we ever find jewels that we need to sell, we can come to this guy. Alright, so the Shadow Bazaar isn't the place. The Hinter Caves? The Arena of Echoes? No, the Dark Elf Colony has something, right? Not the pleasure houses. Ask around. Is it the arena? No. The Wraith Slums? The Black Market! Sell something. Yes! Get these out of my inventory. Sell them something else? Another obsidian blade. Woohoo! Alright, cool. Vrak, we still don't know how to help him, because we don't have anything that can hurt ghosts still. So someday we'll help Vrak, but not today. Okay, cool. Let's see here. Factions? Does anybody want me to go to Ash? You do, but you don't trust me for some reason. Near Deven. Sunrock. Well, we're heading to Sunrock anyway. So let's take this one with us. Torzeg Shelter, that is the wrong direction, my friend. Sunrock. Sunrock as well? More Sunrock? I filled up my inventory. Oh, but we still have space. Amazing. Let's see. Only one of these was actually ours, I believe. All of this stuff does not belong to us. So, let's buy some supplies. And then I don't think there was even anything else we could have taken. This is an escort mission, which we do not want. That goes to Deven, or that is a conquer for Deven. 114 versus 185. It's probably pretty easy, actually. But how are our buddies doing? 13 of 13? 6 of 15 is pretty bad. So we have missions. These are all for Sunrock. So don't be crazy and start selling stuff. Exchange for news. Let's see. Can we get healing? Potent antidote? Trained healer can use? Seek healing for a more serious ailment? Heal a wounded companion? That's... oh, well, it's not super cheap, but it's cheaper than, like, yeeting a bunch of medical supplies, right? Heal Harvick, heal Gorgoro. Cool. Nobody else. Leave the infirmary, leave the temple ward. Let's go to... well, we still have 3 movement. We might as well make use of it, right? We leave and head west. And rest outside. We'll pay you guys now. We're actually really close to workforce limit. We should probably get another worker or slave. Since somebody died. Paid the road tax. It's fine. Use our movement speed buff. Rest again. How are you guys doing? You're back to full. You're 3 away from full. Okay, cool. We should keep that in mind, like the healing in the city. I haven't really made use of that in my playthrough so far, but I really should be, because I think it's very valuable to just, especially when you have a lot of money, just to eat it at healing your guys up. Oh, okay. Let's see here. We just arrived in Sunrock. Slouching down in the local manzio, a mug of mushroom with a mug of mushroom ale, you try to enjoy the few peaceful hours before you have to go about your usual business again. Your comies are happily carousing and enjoying their off hours, inviting you to join their revelry, yet you keep being troubled by some gloomy, foreboding sense of danger. Being on the road for as long as you have has taught you that even in the most relaxed situations, problems are never far away. As it turns out, you're right about that. A stocky, bald-headed woman dressed in simple clothes walks up to you timidly and tries to get your attention by clearing her throat. You turn towards her. I'm deeply sorry to disturb you, Vagrus. She begins stammering. Oh, I should be a little more. Okay. But I've heard quite a bit about your deeds, and I'm in dire need of help from somebody with a reputation like yours. Would you hear me out? Tell her to speak your mind. She seems grateful that you're even listening to her plea. She starts slowly and awkwardly, but then the words practically pour out of her mouth like an unstoppable tide. My name is Ninky, good Vagrus, and I'm the proprietor of Sunrock's most frequented establishment, the Woeful Worm. Well, you should change the name of that. That's rough. Truth be told, a little too frequented nowadays. Representatives of the trading houses, namely Venari and Scythicnus, have taken up residence at my inn and have been arguing over some kind of trade dispute for days now, observed by prominent citizens. It's like some imperial forum, only much harsher, and they ain't drinking anything. They just keep driving away my customers with their rabble, which goes on and on and on. I agreed to the whole thing at the beginning because I expected it would be over fast. I had no idea they would draw it out endlessly. You asked Ninky what she expects you to do. Well, she answers, shrugging, someone of your reputation might convince this or that side to be more considerate. You have the potential to settle such a debate, and I wouldn't be ungrateful. Certainly the coin I'd pay you for such a task would seem diminutive compared to the coin I lose while those damned factions keep arguing on my premises. Agree to go to the Woeful Worm and settle the dispute between the two trading houses. Let's try it! What do we got to lose? We're already here. I guess the worst thing that could happen is we piss them off and we lose some rep, but oh well. Ninky is delighted, and you can tell by the flush of red in her plump face. Wonderful, she says happily. I knew as soon as a Vagrus came into town that my problems would be solved. Please, come to the Woeful Worm as soon as you can and deal with that incessant lot. And as soon as they clear out, I shall reward you handsomely. She merrily strolls away. You'll have to go to the Woeful Worm and see what you've gotten yourself into this time. End. I guess we could get into a fight. Let's go to the Wormslayer Hall. Let's go to the Trader's Dispute. The Woeful Worm is not particularly hard to find. Just like Ninky said, it is one of Sunrock's most prominent establishments. Also, the sign, depicting a sad-looking invertebrate and the noise pouring out of it to the street gives it away at once. Upon entering the tavern, you immediately see what Ninky meant. There are hardly any regular patrons, yet the place is teeming with robed people immersed in a heated dispute. One side is sporting a banner adorned by a stylized manticore and is led by a lean yet muscular man. This one is House Venari, one of the Empire's oldest trading houses. The others are prominently dressed in flowing robes colored blue, green, and gray, quite typical for the Scythicnus Covenant, a rather elusive trading house affiliated with some dragon lords. Their advocate is an elderly, elegant dragonkin woman with silver-gray hair. The whole affair is observed by a selection of Sunrock citizens there to decide which faction should have a monopoly on certain goods in their town. A monopoly is bad for everyone, except the person who has the monopoly. Why are you deciding who gets it? As you appear, some heads turn towards you, and an excited murmur ripples through the crowd. It is obvious they have recognized you by your reputation, and you have some authority here. The citizens of Sunrock eagerly await your judgment. Ninky gives you a reassuring nod from behind the bar. You greet everyone and then settle in and lean back, awaiting for the debate to continue. Listen to the debate before offering your opinion. You can tell that each participant is trying their hardest to make a good impression now that you are a witness. The dispute is basically about how the competing trade houses will divide the commissions for certain goods they both are known to provide. Prominent citizens and the local traders' representatives seem to be tied on the matter. The representative of House Venari concludes his summary after long minutes of speaking vehemently. This is a topic of the utmost matter. An outpost such as this might prove essential to the Empire's endeavors to expand this settlement. We must build upon strong foundations, metal and wood, something which House Venari can provide in abundance. Then the old woman rises, her sea-hued robes swirling around her slender shape. She gives a long, reasonable, eloquent speech that she concludes while looking you in the eye. Certainly our brutish rivals would want us to believe that our mere existence depends on their exploitation of this already ravaged land. Yet we of the Covenant believe we must resort to more subtle production if we want to survive. We are accused of being conspirators of the Dragonlands, yet look upon that realm. They are prospering and their lands are thriving. Wouldn't you want the same prosperity for the Empire? Perhaps starting with this very outpost here. She sits down. Both parties look at you silently, awaiting your judgment. She didn't really say anything other than, like, we should prosper. He does kind of seem to have, like, a plan to, like, build stuff. I'm gonna lean towards House Venari. I think we already have a pretty good reputation with them anyway. After thinking for a while, you rise from your seat and you voice your opinion on the matter in no uncertain terms. Right now, Sunrock needs an influx of base materials, and House Venari is best suited to provide that in bulk, due to Imperial affiliation and already well-established trade routes. Being a well-traveled Vagrus, your word carries weight, and Sunrock's council decides to go along with your suggestion. The representatives of the Scythicnus leave the tavern with their heads hanging low. After they have left, both Ninki and the advocate of House Venari approach you, both quite grateful for how you helped them. You are assured by the Venari's Aculeus Dominus that his house is in your debt. Ninki hands you a pouch of coins and makes sure your comitatus receives a load of supplies she does not need. Thank the gods, and of course you, Vagrus, she said, relieved. Finally, the Woeful Worm can be opened for normal business again. True enough, locals and travelers seem to drift in as the Venari take their leave too. Leave the Woeful Worm. Great! We got rep with House Venari, we got a bunch of money, and we got some supplies. Neat! Let's go back to our comitatus. Let's turn in all of the missions that we picked up. Turn these in. Lots of money. And then we'll sort our supplies here. So these are all ours. Near Ash, they want us to eliminate some people. Required 1 combat encounter. We'd get 25 silver for that. That's tempting. Conquer for the Loaders Guild? That's 16. Alright, there's nothing to be sold in Ash, unfortunately. At least for the actual houses. Now, if we just wanted to go to Ash, what would they want to buy? Bones? Is it just bones? He ate the bones! You guys seen that commercial? Am I dating myself? Dyes we could sell for 1. That seems really scraping the bottom of the barrel there. Looks like not a lot. Linen, okay. Linen would be an option. Linen and bones. And mushroom beer. And pottery. Okay, so there's some options. I was gonna say what a haul that would be. Linen and bones. Like, what do you got wrapped up in the linens there? A bunch of bones. Like, oh, that's not normal. Alright, let's see. What do we got available here? Supplies? How far is Ash from here? 3 to 4 days. I think we're gonna want to buy all the supplies they have. Or at least most of them. Pottery, we can sell. Bone, we can sell. Buy all the bone. Dyes was one of them. But we can only carry 2. So let's take the linen. And then I guess let's take the dyes. We have filled our coffers. And honestly, Let's just get on the road again. We're making good time today. We're not sitting on our laurels here. We have places to be. Follow the long road into the Darklands. We rest. And I think we're still 2 days away. Just shy. Actually, I'm gonna do a little... Oh, okay. I'm gonna do a little bit of a forced march here at the end. Because I want to get into Ash without wasting too much time. So here we are. We've reached the place. Now, we will sell all of our things. Bones are in demand. Dyes are in demand. Linen is in demand. Pottery is not in demand. But I think we still made money on it. Alright. So they have lots of supplies here. What do you have for me? Procure... I want to go to Larnak so bad. You goons? Let me go without, like having something, like, having a reason to go, I guess, is the thing. We could go to Avernum, is due west of here. We could also go to Larnak, which is 10 days southwest of here. 7 to 10. Maybe we just beeline it for Larnak? I think we can get enough supplies. What am I doing? I left the city. I was like, I don't understand what I'm looking at. 7 days, 9 days, 12 days. We have enough stuff. There's not really anything to buy here. Is there stuff that they make here? Doesn't really seem like it, does it? It's just kind of like a nothing town. Okay, so we're gonna get this extra slave. That puts us at 11 days. So we'll be like scraping the bottom of the barrel. But Larnak is a big city. It should have food. He says, hopefully. But we will rest in the Manzio today. We'll top off our supplies before we leave. Exchange for news. Passengers. None of you want to go to the place. I should have been looking for other passengers as well, but I forgot. So, you know, them's the breaks. Alright. We have nothing to send people out for. We don't really need to do anything. So let's boost our nutrition a little bit. Harvick is healed. Good job, Harvick. Top off our supplies and then head out into the wasteland. Alright. We're gonna head southwest here, so let's try to keep the most southwesterly course we can. Into the desert we go. And hopefully we don't get eaten by monsters. Let's try it down here. Okay, we're forging a path. It's like appearing before me as we go, so it's a little... Oh! Hello! I didn't know there was a place there. Oh! Secret stop in the way. That's good to know that there's a place called Mirage in the middle of nowhere. It's a terrible name, though, that you guys have named yourself. We're forging our way through the sands. You've named yourself Mirage. I'm like afraid if I go there, we're just gonna like... It's not gonna be real, you know, right? Okay, we're about halfway there. God, this desert path is a horrible place. 7 days. I think we can do it. We're going around. We have to rest. Not great, but, you know, it is what it is. Aha! The city awaits! Let's not do a forced march. Let's send our people out and see if they can get some supplies. They failed, but they got us some supplies. You know? They do the best they can. There lies Larnak in the distance. End the day. We still have 5 days of supplies. We should be able to get there without trouble, I think. Yeah, we're good. One more day after this. Oh right, I forgot to pay them after they complained last time. Honestly, let's do a quick forced march. We need to get into the city. and we will pay them tonight. We got an insight for discovering Larnak. Good job. You reached the fortified gates of the great city. After waiting your turn in the line of chatting travelers, bleeding beasts of burden, swearing loaders, exhausted slaves, decrepit pilgrims, and fellow Vagri, you're greeted gruffly by guards under the shadow of the gatehouse. We approach the guards, we will have nothing to hide, and we'll pay our taxes. Cool. We have made it. Alright. The city of Larnak is like in a cave with a cool lake. It's hard to believe that life can thrive anywhere in the scorching sandy deserts of the searing plains until one sees Larnak. Occupying cyclopean caves carved by water from rock, the city is covered in perpetual gloom, only broken by the spear-like shafts of sunlight stabbing down through the large holes in the cave roof. The light caresses the surface of the vast underground lakes during the day. This climate gave rise to eerily luminescent bright kelp plantations that elevated the city to the region's largest and wealthiest. Strange people were drawn to this place to form a peculiar frontier society, including the Sadirar nomads, coming here to worship the water spirit, and even the alien Niskori, whose hive hangs precariously over Larnak. That's neat. There's the hive in the thing. Anyway, that's cool. All right, we could visit the hive to talk with the Iskari, explore the city, go to Lucernum, wealth and privilege illuminated by lamplight, or the fields, which is the industrial part of town. Bright kelp seems to be their thing, so probably buying it here makes the most sense, right? If we did Larnak and you look at bright kelp, yeah, like everywhere else is like, yeah, we'll buy bright kelp. No questions asked. Lumen? Oh, how much does Lumen want bright kelp for? Okay, Lumen doesn't want it as much. It does kind of make sense, though. Yeah, so everybody else is kind of almost doubling what it costs. These guys want us to go to Avernum. Oh, we can't use it, though. But we could go to Lumen. That is on the way back. These guys want us to go to Avernum. Torzag Shelter. And Escort Mission, which we will not do. I'm tempted by this one going back to Torzag's, though. Like, if I were to go straight to Lumen from here, 12 days of travel through the desert, but we could stop by Mirage on the way. Yeah, we could kind of do, like, a Larnak to Mirage to Crystal to Lumen. Because Mirage is 6, and then maybe like 5 more days, and then like a couple more days. Interesting thoughts. But let's go visit some of these places here. The strange hive's bulbous, enormous formations hang above you silently. You observe them briefly after having made the tiresome ascent following the cliff road that leads almost right up to the great cavern ceiling. Nobody is around this place except for a handful of city militia who are placed here as a courtesy towards the hive's inhabitants. A single set of stairs leads up into one of the earthen clusters. Try to gain entry. The militia men tell you that you should not bother the creatures unless you're here for a very good reason, and that they generally do not take visitors. You look into the dark chamber beyond the stairs. There's a low skittering sound emanating from the gloom. It is enough for you to decide that you are only willing to attempt to enter if you have some sort of official business here. Well, interesting, but good to know. Let's explore the city. Shafts of sunlight stab down into the calm surface of the dark waters that Larnak overlooks, while the lamps of the city's wealthy district look like so many fireflies twinkling in the gloom. One can find all sorts of interesting things by simply looking in such a strange place. Go for a stroll and see what you can find. Your wandering in the city takes you to a tavern in Lower Lucernum called Caelum's Fall. After a brief chat, the bartender tells you that another patron, a Vagrus such as you, might have something interesting for you, but would have to buy some rounds for him. The man sits at a corner table all by himself, apparently deep in his cups. His pointed ears, beard, and fair complexion betray a half-elven lineage. Buy him a round or two of his drink. It is an expensive one. All right. Giants in the hills added to rumors. Okay. What a story. Okay, hold in. Sit down, everybody. You sit down at the Vagrus' table, place a mug of expensive ale in front of him. The half-elf looks up from his own cup and flashes a friendly smile. There are scars all over his bearded face, perhaps a result of some esoteric tribal ritual. What a way to introduce yourself, he says, his inebriation apparent in his slowed speech. Oh, I should... But I'm not sure it's not because you like me that much, eh? Telling the Vagrus that you merely wish to talk to someone of your profession, you raise your own mug. The two of you fall into conversation, and you learn his name is Sherion. You learn that he is down on his luck. He lost a large shipment his comitatus was hauling in a raid that killed some of his friends. At length, he also speaks about what the bartender alluded to. We fled from an arcane storm that seemed to follow us for days, turned southwest, and ended up in that strange place, the Forsaken Colony. You know that one that was abandoned long ago, where the desert meets the plains of bone, next to the empty archive? So we arrive and camp for the night. Everyone's exhausted. Next morning, we are preparing to set out north across the desert. My scout says there's movement on the jagged cliffs of the west of us, and we saw them, pallid giants, hairless, skin color of alabaster. At first we thought they are statues, but then they moved, didn't attack, never came down from the serrated crown of the hill, but kept watch until we packed up and left the area. He takes a huge swig of his ale. But here's what was really interesting. So we make our way to Larnak, get raided on the way, whatever. And here I run into an acquaintance of mine, merchant lady. I tell her about the giants and she says, sure, I know about them, although few do. She goes on to explain that she has traded with these Cyclopean white fellows. Odd, right? Now I'm not planning to go back, but maybe you could. There. Hope it was worth your time. It was certainly worth this ale. He smiles and salutes you with the mug. You stay and talk for a while and then part with Sherion and wish him safe journeys. Let's ooh, we got a location of the Forbidden Colony? Where was the Giants thing? Was it rumors? We have so many rumors. Too many rumors, maybe. Giants in the hills. Some vagabonds claim to have seen the pale giants roaming the forgotten reaches of the Forsaken Colony. Some also told others who told you that they even talked to these creatures and traded goods. Perhaps it is all hogwash, but who knows? Something could be good out there. Or something could be out there. Good, bad, who knows? Where is the Lost Colony? Oh, it's right there. Interesting. A ruin. Not a great place to go if I don't have a lot of supplies on me. Well, that was cool. Interesting. Some lore. So we explored the city. Infirmary authorities. The renowned Preclarum, shop of luxury items. We could go to the House Venari and the Sanctum of Ball or Call. And then the Fields, which is the Bumbling Boatman, which I assume is a tavern. And then walk around the Bright Kelp Fields. Okay, let's we'll check out Lucernum in the fields next time, and then we'll come up with a plan for Larnak. I think we should be able to do some interesting stuff here. But I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a lot. If you want to see more Vagrus, the Riven Realms, or you want to see more of my other videos and my other series that I have going on, you should subscribe to the channel. That also helps me out a lot. But until next time, I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everybody!